64-bit legends. Welcome.
Legend of the game, like GoldenEye, I'm more than right.
Yeah.
The perfect dark is dreams that seem to come to life. 64-bit, the shit, it's as real as it gets. We can talk sports, games, and music, take your pick. Point with the news, pull up and crack a brew. Smoke one with the crew, tune in and take a view.
Watch.
We here to raise the bar from the lowest mark. Sit your ass down and listen, it's time for the show to start.
Show to start.
Welcome to another episode of the 64-Bit Legends. I am Bobby, the best in the business caboose. As always, looking for that hot tag is Melvin, the chosen one, Troy. What's up, Melvin?
Tagging in.
Looking
Real
for that
quick.
hot tag.
Tagging multiple tags.
We got episode number 63. We're getting so close.
What,
So close.
63.
63.
We're edging right now.
We are edging. We've been edging for at least 5 episodes.
I could feel it from my toes to my groin.
To your nose?
Yes, of the excitement.
All right.
Of episode 64 is around the corner.
Speaking of noses,
Yeah.
Sam W.O. is in the house.
That was a good segue.
All right. What's going on, man?
Nothing. How you guys been?
Yeah. We're alive.
Yeah.
I really missed you.
Just hanging
Well,
out.
Not
thank
you,
you.
but Melvin, yeah.
Well, you could smell me from a mile away.
Oh, got him.
Also in the house, we have a softball god. Y2 Drew.
You forgot about bowling.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa,
Whatever,
whoa,
dude.
whoa.
Was you're a bowling god as well?
He's not even
I'm a
team
guy at
average.
everything but math.
Oh, okay.
I don't math.
You don't math?
No.
You don't know? Well, if you don't math, you should listen to our previous episode,
yeah.
the 1 × 1 = 2 episode.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Terrence
Micro
Howard.
penis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Terrence Howard
Google
had
that.
some unique math for us that we broke down last week or a couple weeks ago, or whatever when it was. Episode number 62.
Yes.
1 × 1 = 2. Check
Yep.
it out.
Yeah, that was it was very enlightening. I learned a lot, and I've gained a lot of respect for the mathematical abilities of Terrence Howard. It's unfortunate that he could not play War Machine in Iron Man 2.
I watched that interview, like, whatever red carpet it was on, and I'm like, what happened?
He didn't get to play War Machine. He's like, you know what? If I can't be a superhero, I'm gonna get into math, and he did it in a big way.
It's a good move.
Yeah. So today, speaking of, well, I guess War Machine's not a villain, but today we're talking about
Fucking villains.
villains.
Not fucking villains, but like
You can fuck them
villains.
too.
Yeah, you could fuck them.
Villains do have a sex
I
life.
mean, they do. They
Top
do have
five
a sex
villains
life.
to fuck.
Oh, I gotta
I mean-
gotta redo my list.
It's gonna be weird. Oh yeah, agreed. I would have to redo my list. So,
But yes, we're doing top. What was it? Top 15?
dude, no,
Oh, what was it? Top,
we didn't say a top, and like we were
or just the
gonna-
top villains of all time.
top villains.
Okay.
When you think of villains, who do you think of?
I got like 30 that I think.
You
of.
didn't think of 30 because it's on a fucking post-it.
He writes
and there's
small.
like
Yeah, I
there's
write
2
small.
things written on there,
Did I write small?
One of us is the date.
and the name of the episode, villains.
Yeah. So, there's speaking of one. Okay. Now, when we're talking villains, are we talking just fake villains?
No.
Like fictional.
No,
villains?
we're talking about there's villains in all aspects of life.
Yeah.
There's villains on, your favorite movies, your favorite TV shows. There's villains in life. There's villains in sports. There's villains
LeBron
every day.
James.
LeBron James.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Oh, he's writing it down.
Yeah, is that an official villain? I'm gonna write it down right now.
He's not on my list.
Oh god, I'll put that as a bonus villain. LeBron James, bonus
Boner villain.
boner villain.
He's a boner villain.
He does kill boners when you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at him, my dick just goes soft.
Yeah. What do you-
I mean, he's a hell of an athlete.
Yeah.
Great body.
Yeah, he's. I mean, he's a great athlete, but
Great
what are you?
personality.
What are we fucking gay or something? Just fucking having boners over LeBron? Come on.
I know. He's a boner killer. He kills your boners.
Yeah,
Drew,
he murders it.
You have anything
He's
to say
a
about this?
he's a
He's been
boner
silent
villain.
over here.
I'm a sports guy, so when it comes to villains, you really got to do my own team dirty in life if you're doing your own thing as a sports
So
guy.
who would be your top sports villain for Detroit?
Yeah.
Any sport.
Either Ron Artest
Ooh.
You mean Meta World Peace?
Oh yeah, Meta World Peace.
or
Wolf the Dennis Stanson, because he's on my list.
There's quite a bit. And I mean, as Detroit as a city, you could go with Nelson Cruz. You could go with Peter Forsberg.
Oh,
or
you're
Joe
you're
Sakic.
talking about people that killed Detroit.
Yeah.
Like you weren't. I thought you meant you were gonna pick Detroit athletes that could be a villain to somebody else.
Oh,
But anyway,
no, everyone
our
from
villain.
Detroit,
Like Claude
they're
Lemieux.
angels.
Claude Lemieux killing fucking what's his
Draper.
name? Draper. I hate Draper.
Whoa.
But anyway,
That's what I'm saying. Ron Artest,
Yeah,
guys like
yeah,
that
yeah,
that
yeah.
have killed Detroit people.
They've actually wait.
they haven't not
murdered
literally
somebody.
like
No, but-
figuratively.
I don't know.
Sports.
we don't
related.
know.
Yeah. So actually, one of my villains was Wolf the Dennis Stanson from Mighty Ducks 2. He was the coach of Iceland because, Iceland was big and bad because we can't use, Russia versus United States. So they had to have a villain in Iceland.
Is Iceland known for their communism? Is that what?
I'm
is
not
that what-
sure.
I think they're
Is
known
that
for
what we
hockey.
picked on it?
That-
Oh.
Yeah, it was for like hockey. But
I thought it was like trying to like.
he tried to take out Gordon Bombay, and I'm not cool with that.
What was his name? The Wolf Stanson,
Wolf the dentist.
the dentist Stanson.
Yeah.
Why was he the dentist?
Knock your fucking teeth out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess
He
that
had
makes
nice
sense.
slick back hair like every villain. Like if you're a villain in a movie, you have to have slick back hair.
That is true. Well, you could. There's
got
also
braids.
the '80s villain, which was the blonde, like permed hair from the '80s. The typical Chad dude. There was one. The guy I'm talking about in the '80s films. He was always the villain. They used the same guy in every movie from Back to School. Remember that guy? He was a diving.
God.
He's on a diving team. Then there was the other one with John Cusack. He was the one that was he was like a ski guy, and he's like, I'm the top ski guy, not John Cusack.
Or that dude that is in Billy Madison. He's kind of got that look, right?
Which guy?
The fucking,
Oh yeah,
Eric. Eric.
what? The Shooter McGavin?
No, that's Happy Gilmore. Billy Madison. Where he
Shooter
does the-
McGavin is my number
No.
one villain, by the way.
Oh, okay. So we can
By far.
discuss Shooter.
All right,
I mean,
I'm
by
gonna
far.
I'm gonna keep track of a list here. I have Post-it notes.
you have a lot of post-it notes.
I
over there,
did. Well,
man,
okay,
with
so
nothing written on.
there
it.
was a period of time
Not even Dick's drawn on.
where I was just needing excuses to leave the house. So I would buy. I have drawers of office supplies here. I have pens of all shapes and sizes. I have
It's good to have pens.
Sharpies.
Why
Does
didn't you
anyone want
just
a Sharpie?
Why didn't you just Amazon the shit?
Because I wanted to leave the house.
Oh,
I needed an
yeah.
excuse to leave the house because I couldn't
Why?
leave the house. I just couldn't leave it. There's a lot of stuff going on, so I was like,
What'd I miss?
this is a fun time.
Episode 65.
What I miss?
So, all right. So, who listed their first villain?
I'm doing
over
Wolf
here?
the Dentist.
Wolf the Dentist. So Bobby's got
He
Wolf.
took out Bombay's knee. He
Ruined his career.
Yeah, he ruined his career, and then he tried to ruin his kids.
Well, they weren't his kids.
Did he tried to steal him, like
Yeah.
murder him.
Well, I mean, he put the gunners out there to fucking kill Banks and all those other dudes.
They tried to kill a bank.
Adam Banks.
Oh, like I thought you meant like J.P.
And
Morgan.
then
cake eater.
Knuckle Puck from D2?
Uh,
yeah,
Three.
the
yeah,
Knuckle
yeah,
Puck? Yeah.
And then Keenan Thompson got a spot because Charlie Conway
Kel
gave-
died.
Yeah, I don't think that was it, but
I'll
Sure.
tell you what. As far as my sports abilities, I never really tried to play sports, but there was 2 sports I tried to play, and I only tried to do one move. It was the Happy Gilmore drive,
Oh, yeah.
where you just run up and hit it, and I was like, I can Happy Gilmore this thing, and the knuckle puck.
Yep.
I would always try to do the knuckle, and I couldn't master either of those, so I just gave up on sports.
I mean,
That was it.
We can't all be Drew.
yeah.
No, I know.
We can't all be a softball god.
Yeah, or the bowl god.
Well, you're
He is the bowl god.
You're,
and he
uh,
bowls.
I've never seen him shoot a
And he
three.
has strikes.
your dad came back on Raw last night. JBL.
Yeah.
Who? JBL.
JBL.
JBL. That's not my father.
We got
Fuck
some
JBL.
family issues.
So you want to know? I'll give you a
MBL.
villain. I'll give you a villain right now. You have Wolf the Dennis Hansen.
Stanson.
Stanson.
Stance.
Stanson. JBL is a fucking big piece of shit.
He did do the Hitler walk or the Nazi walk in Germany.
See, I told you. I knew there was an evil, sinister side to him. He is stolen.
He's your father.
No, he has.
I guess he's like a Darth Vader thing.
He's ran schemes and scams.
What?
Yes, he's tried. I remember he is what do you call that? Like doing the rug pulls early on with penny stocks. You don't know about these penny stock scams?
No, I know he was like a financial dude.
Yeah, because he ran scams.
No, that
He's-
was the guy from Wolf of Wall Street.
He was part of that. JBL was involved.
He was Otter.
Yeah, he was. No, I don't know, but he's a scammer, and he has his commentating abilities are very lackluster, and he's just a general piece of shit. So I put him as a villain for sure.
Okay.
He's up there.
Okay.
Are you gonna go with Shooter right
Oh
now?
yeah, Shooter. Shooter
Shooter
top billing.
McGavin.
Shooter McGavin.
He buys grandma's house and has sex with her. I'm pretty sure in a dream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
he does.
You can't get worse than that.
I'm gonna be honest though. I kind of respect Shooter McGavin.
Oh, it's like Thanos is a villain, but
Yeah.
I want to kill half the people in the universe. I can get behind that.
You know what
Like-
would be a great multiverse crossover is Thanos,
And Shooter.
Shooter McGavin.
His right hand man.
Yeah, like
Shut
that
up.
would be.
Thanos is his caddy. And he just
Thanos is the sidekick.
he just takes all the powers of the other golfers.
Going to Sizzler.
Yeah.
So that would be, I would definitely say Shooter's respectable.
Thanos is taking
Oh, yeah.
he's yelling jackass on everyone's shot.
All right,
Bad
so
voice.
I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
yeah, that's what he does. He doesn't care. Shooter doesn't give it. I respect Shooter. JBL, no respect. Wolf, the dentist Stanford, I don't know that guy. I don't know well enough to. And then why did you? What didn't you say? LeBron? Did you say LeBron James, or did I
just
make
said
that up?
LeBron.
No, Sam just made that up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a fake news thing. Okay.
Now you can go with your typical top villains of all time, like Voldemort or Darth Vader, but mine's a two-way tie,
Ooh.
and it is Ernie McCracken from Kingpin
Bigger.
or Rachel Phelps from Major League.
Ernie McCracken.
Ooh.
Ernie McCracken or Rachel Phelps.
Correct.
Now, Ernie McCracken, it was Ernie McCracken the Bill Murray character?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, all right, I do know this. That's a respectable.
You've seen Major League or no?
I've seen parts of it. Rachel McCracken, which one was she? I know Charlie Sheen's
She's
in that,
the
right?
owner.
it's Rachel whelps.
Oh, Rachel McCracken. Or
Ernie McCracken.
Ernie Phelps.
Ernie Phelps.
So Rachel Phelps.
Yes.
All right, and Ernie McCracken.
Did you remember her name just off the top of your head?
Yes.
Okay.
Who played Rachel Phelps?
She was good looking because they got her naked in one of the movies.
That I
Oh, did
couldn't-
they?
Yeah.
Well-
the goal was they had a poster of her naked, and they had to win. I think it was 40 games in order to get to the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
So they'd remove a piece of clothing each game they won, and they made it to the playoffs. So they got to remove.
But
It was the final piece.
all
but
the
that means though they already started off with a nude photo, so technically they.
But
would
they
have
brought
already
it
seen-
in, and
Like a
it
big
was already
cutout.
covered.
Yeah.
But somebody already. Well, how did they get hold of this?
Well,
nude
it could have
photo?
been just her face on a
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
that's
overthinking it a
superimposed.
little bit.
I'm sorry.
It's just more
There's
for
no deep
motivation. It's not so
Yeah.
much like we want to see her naked.
Oh, I thought that this.
It's just a naked bitch. So you're like,
This
"Ooh,
guy's
let's play
dead.
hard."
Cross him off the list.
So Ernie. Well,
That's a good one.
now Ernie McCracken. Refresh my memory. I know the thing with Kingpin was like Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson, right? Is that right?
Roy Munson.
Yeah, Roy Munson. He was like a successful bowler, but he's kind of lost his way, right?
But because
He
of Big
lost
Earn.
his hand.
Oh, that's right. He lost his hand
And his way.
and his way.
Because he lost his hand.
And Ernie McCracken took the hand?
No.
He was the reason.
Yeah. They hustled back in the day and they got in trouble, and Ernie McCracken got to go off and get away from the. They were going to get beat up because they got caught for hustling. So they took Roy Munson's hand and shoved it into a ball return.
I
Which
see.
it says do not put your hand in here.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Because he put sugar in his gas tank.
So Roy Munson put sugar in Ernie's gas tank?
No, Roy got sugar put in his gas tank by Big Earn. So
Oh.
he would have to go hustle for some extra money. Life is tough on the tour.
He set him up. Oh, I see. Oh, this goes deep. I didn't realize that. That's pretty
That's
sinister.
super deep.
Yeah, that's probably the worst Bill Murray character I've ever heard of in my life.
Besides Garfield.
That was pretty bad. That's I would say
Do you
was
know
his
why he got that role?
he thought it was the Coen brothers that was making.
The other Coen brothers.
Yeah, it's a different Joel Coen. I think it's Joel Coen or Ethan. One of the two.
Yeah, I
he
just
said
heard
that
that
he
the
saw
other
the
day.
name and he's like, "Oh, Coen brother, pff, I'll do this." And it's like, no, it's just some other Coen. It's not even related to the famous ones.
He even,
just heard that.
He even says he regrets that in Zombieland.
Yeah. I heard also that he dangled Seth Green by his feet over a trash can when Seth Green was like 9. I don't know the whole story. I just seen a headline. Seth Green.
deserved it.
Seth Green's trying to cancel
I
him.
mean, Bill Murray's a pretty big villain then.
Yeah,
In all characters, all facets of life.
he was. You know what? Bill Murray, I could see. I have to watch Kingpin again. It's been so long since I've seen. I always just remember parts of it, like he has sex with his landlord and he pukes. Right?
Yep.
Is that's
That was Woody
Kingpin.
Harrelson, though, but yes.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson, and then Randy Quaid, the better Quaid.
Yes.
No, Dennis Quaid is the better Quaid. Isn't he the drunk one?
No.
No, Randy-
Dennis is the actual successful one.
Oh yeah, Randy Quaid. Then
Not
is
Cousin
way
Eddie.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cousin Eddie's way
Yeah.
better.
Like he was an Amish.
Yes.
An
Amish.
An Amush.
In a mush. He was in a mush. That was I gotta see that. That's a good one. So I will say this. Now JBL, I didn't even have originally on my list. But thank God Sam reminded me on how much of a garbage human being he is.
He's actually your father.
No, he's not.
MBL.
Apple
Now-
doesn't fall far from the tree.
When we talk villains, though, there's respectable villains like the Ernie McGruber or Kraken,
MacGruber.
and Shooter McGavin. Those are respectable. I don't know Wolf Standiford. I don't know what his. I don't know
Uncle of Vince.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
related to Vince. So I don't know much about, but I will say, as far as respectable villains, ones that you can respect and say, hey, they're really, they're not the best, but they're kind of lovable. I would say for me, Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is
That's a good villain.
he is a
I thought about that too.
Yeah.
quintessential villain, and because he's not a good man in the ring and in real life. I'm sure he's a piece of shit too.
Whoa. In real life, he was handing out money to all these women that needed extra money. So
That
I don't
is
see
true.
what's bad.
He was diversifying his opportunities.
bonds.
Yeah. So, but Vince, I could respect him. I respect him. What?
What?
Some of this information is just so useful.
What's going on?
Nothing. Just useful facts that you know about these people is
Well,
awesome.
that's why he's off TV.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's why they took his gym away from him. He has to work out at Planet Fitness.
I still think that's Photoshop.
No, I've seen multiple pictures from multiple angles where he's just doing the free weights at Planet Fitness.
No, he's
I
got his
swear
own
to
home
God.
gym.
No, they took it away from him.
No,
I swear to you. It
Linda
was
can pull some strings.
so, but Vince McMahon, the best was when him and Stone Cold were just going at it like a fucking pair of wild boars.
Who wouldn't want to beat up your asshole boss?
Yeah,
Yep.
that was perfect. And he would he'd do the stunner on him, and he's like flopping around like a fish, and sprayed him with beer, and hit him in the head with a bedpan, and it was
Cemented his car.
cemented his car. I mean, Vince McMahon was such a villain that someone tried to blow up his limousine. But then they hated him so much that they had Chris Benoit murder his family, so the gimmick was ruined.
Chris Benoit did not do it.
I was gonna say Chris
That's-
Benoit could have been a villain too.
Well,
He's a victim.
Unproven.
he's
Now Kevin Sullivan, maybe.
Maybe.
which one would
The
come?
task-
That's the one who
Master.
actually killed him and his family.
Though they think that is that a
Well,
is that a
that's
thing?
like
It's a fact.
it's a conspiracy theory.
that Kevin Sullivan did it.
Yeah, because Benoit's wife was Kevin
Sullivan's
Sullivan's ex-wife.
Oh, so he was just like no. Where was Kevin Sullivan the night of? Does he have an alibi?
Chasing him.
What?
I mean, the conspiracy is that Chris Benoit had to take like different routes back to his house because he thought he was being
That could have been the head injuries, though.
It
Yeah.
might have been that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Watching him take a chair shot to the dome's kind of hard nowadays.
or doing a flying headbutt every night.
Oh, we did that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Hopefully Daniel Bryan ends the same way.
You
Stole
think,
all his moves, might as well steal that too.
Bye bye birdie.
And the ugly Bella.
Yep.
he didn't get the Cena Bella?
No.
He was
No,
like
he got the other Bella.
Oh, all right.
The one that botches every move.
no.
I have another villain.
Okay, yes.
Biff Tannen.
Oh, Biff.
Biff.
That's
Yes.
a good one.
That is a good one.
I hate manure.
Biff Tannen.
That's
What's
kind of your blonde
Yeah.
esque character also.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
80s blonde.
Well, Biff was blonde. Griff, I don't know if he had hair. And Mad Dog Tannen was a brunette.
Griff from
Griff
Married
Tannen?
with Children.
No, Griff Tannen from the second one. His grandson.
Yeah.
You don't remember Griff Tannen?
Back to the Future much,
That was
guy?
always, I
Yeah.
thought it was always
Two?
Biff.
Jesus.
It was Biff.
It was Biff, and
Then-
then he got old.
Yeah.
and he
had a
his
grandson.
named Griff.
That looked
Yeah.
just like him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he had like bodily enhancements. I forget what it was called. Where you like
On a hoverboard.
It was semen.
yeah, and he had the pit bull hoverboard with
Yeah,
the
it was
jets.
sweet.
Yeah, because his hoverboard worked on water because it had power.
Yeah,
But Biff Tannen's a good one. That's
Biff
a
Tannen is a good one.
because his whole lineage was just to be a villain.
Yeah.
Like, he was.
The whole family sucked.
Yeah, they were all pieces of shit. There wasn't a good Tannen amongst any of them. And you know what's crazy? This is the thing about the original Back to the Future. What they don't really cover the fact. They kind of gloss over it. Like Biff Tannen was such a piece of shit. Like he almost raped Marty's mother.
Yep.
And they just kind of like, oh, that's. And then on top of that,
I would go as far as he probably did.
yeah, possibly.
I mean, he put fake tits in her.
That's in the alternate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, timeline. That's true. Yeah, because if George McFly wasn't there to save her, then Biff and her would have been in the car, and then he would have,
I gotta rewatch these. It's been a while.
It's crazy. And then, but here's the thing. So in the proper timeline of Back to the Future, George McFly catches Biff almost sexually assaulting his future wife, and then later on they just hire Biff to just take care of like their vehicles. And
Yeah,
they're
he's like washing their cars.
yeah,
and shit.
they're like, oh, Biff, remember? Hey, honey, remember when Biff almost raped you in high school? That's crazy. Anyway, he's gonna detail our cars.
What bigger fuck you is there than hey, you're gonna be my maid?
That's true.
You know.
And all it took is one punch to the face, and he was just kissing George McFly's ass. That's a pretty powerful punch.
Remember that, kids, when you have a bully.
Well, to roll with Y2 Drews on the 80s theme, you got to throw in the Fratellis from the Goonies.
Oh, the Fratelli.
Mama Fratelli, and I don't know her son's names. The two Italians. They locked up Sloth,
Yeah.
and
So was Sloth a Fratelli?
yes,
Yeah.
and Mama Fratelli dropped him when he was a baby, and that's why his face is all fucked up.
Baby Root.
Yeah, and then they just chained him to the wall and fed him like fish heads or some shit. Wasn't it something like fish or something? No,
Why are we
Maybe
looking at Drew?
I don't know because he's the '80s man.
Yeah.
He knows. He knows.
He's the youngest
I
one
thought
here.
it was
but
more reasonable food, but
could have been, but
He was
gave
still
him
chained up in a basement.
yeah, chained up in a
because
basement.
he loved Rocky Road ice cream.
And like they had him chained up in like an abandoned restaurant. Like how long was he down there for?
Didn't
Oh,
they
yeah,
run
that's
the
right.
restaurant?
Yeah, wasn't it like a front operation that they owned?
I don't know if they were staying in there or not, but
Or they just robbed a bank, I think.
yeah, I think it might have just been their hideout for a little bit.
Oh, I don't remember the Goonies all that well. I
And
don't
then
remember.
Chunk found the bullet holes in the old RV, right?
Oh yeah, I do remember. Yes, dude, yeah, because Chunk was the one who found Sloth, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And he like adopted him, but then like I guarantee Chunk's parents were like, dude, we're not taking this fucking retard.
Oh my
off the
whoa.
streets.
Can we say?
Dude, we can say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
So they were like, look, we're not taking your retard friend with his eye on his cheek. Like, I'm sorry.
Dude, imagine how much like it would cost to maintain a sloth.
He was a big dude.
Like
He was
You
solid.
PG that up, and I really appreciate it.
it would be very costly to have to take care of a sloth.
That would be
I mean,
expensive.
so much food, and then all he does is eat and probably works out. He was a beast. He
He had a
lifted that rock.
great body for a retard.
Yeah.
He
He had
did.
He had that R strength.
Yeah. I like that we're censoring ourselves now.
He could probably hit a
Fucking-
softball a fucking mile.
Oh, dude,
Retard strength.
dude, he'd probably be like Braun Strowman playing softball. 'Cause I heard
Braun
he's pretty.
Is Braun wait, never mind. He's the wrestler. I thought I confused him with somebody else. Never mind.
Who'd you?
Sid Vicious, who plays softball, who's a
No.
wrestler.
No, it was never mind.
Say it.
Yeah, say it.
Say it.
Share it with the group.
Yeah, share it with the group.
You do something, friend.
For a second, I thought it was a Game of Thrones character. I forgot it.
All right.
I was a wrestler.
That name
It's kind of
fits.
crazy to
Yeah.
have to narrow down this list, honestly, because There's your typical like in life horror villains like Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger, Chucky,
Yeah.
See, I had Mike Myers.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Vader, like,
you know.
is top of like everyone's list.
Yeah.
Vader.
It's in a world of
Darth.
space guns
Oh.
and
I thought it meant-
ridiculous weapons, and a dude with a fucking sword is still feared.
1 and 2 is Darth and Voldemort. I mean,
Yeah,
we
that's
can all
a big
agree
one.
to that.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's again, it goes into that thing of like they're villains, but they're almost more
They're tragic.
liked than the actual hero. Like nobody's
Yeah.
like, dude, Luke Skywalker, the best character of all time.
No,
Nobody
fuck
says
Vader.
that. Darth Vader, because there's more there. It's a more complex character. He's not a good person, but you understand him.
You know a fun fact about Darth Vader?
Yeah.
His actual name was supposed to be Master.
Master Vader?
Yeah.
Oh, was
But they said that they would giggle the
Is that
giggle?
true?
yeah, but the white guys, what are they called?
Wow.
the
The Caucasians.
The guys in charge?
The
No,
no,
the
the
Oh,
Stormtroopers.
sorry. The stormtroopers.
stormtroopers would giggle too much, so
The
they
Senate?
decided to call him Darth.
That makes sense.
'Cause, I mean, Darth doesn't mean anything, right? It's just a first name, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
They're always
the-
like Darth Maul,
yeah,
Darth
there-
Plagueis.
But
yeah,
I'm saying Darth is just a name, right? It doesn't
like a
have a
title.
background in that world of
Yeah,
any
not
type of
really. You
name.
can call him anything.
Yeah, because it was some sort of title, and then they would call him Lord
Lord
Vader. Yeah, they would do that. But yeah, Darth Vader that's a classic one. I would
I got a good 80s one.
yes, I was gonna say because I'm looking at this list. Sam W gave us Shooter McGavin, and then just basically sat there and be like, "Okay, you guys carry it."
And he,
So give
yeah,
us a
he
villain.
just told us that the white people were in charge.
yeah.
So
Another villain.
white people.
Yes.
Fucking white people.
Yeah.
I'm Native American, so yes. Mr. Joshua from Lethal Weapon. Played by the great.
Wow.
The great.
I don't know if I've ever seen Lethal Weapon.
What the fuck's his name?
The Gary Busey.
Yes.
This was Lethal Weapon 2 or Lethal
I
Weapon 1?
think it's 2.
This one because Lethal Weapon 2 is the one where they gotta like go against the South Africans, right? When then like Joe Pesci is
Yeah.
first introduced.
So it might be the first. I don't know. But
No,
he's in one of them.
But he was crazy.
They put a
Mr.
fucking
Joshua.
cigarette out on his cheek.
Yeah, they would be like, show him our secret weapon, Mr. Joshua, and then fucking Gary Busey would show up and he
And
would
this
just
is
burn his
prime-
hand
yeah.
on purpose.
This is prime Busey, where his eyes are aligned on his face
Yes.
and everything. Like,
Chet
Yeah.
Stedman Busey.
who the fuck is Chet Stedman?
Do you know who Chet
That's
Stedman
what
is?
the boyfriend of the mom says.
He doesn't say fuck.
He pretty much does.
He doesn't say
Who
fuck.
the hell is Chet Stedman?
Yeah.
Fuck just adds a little oomph.
He was the Rocket.
I got
That's
one.
who he
I got
was.
one that will strike a couple chords.
okay.
Going back to our childhood,
Yes.
Scar from Lion King.
That
Okay.
he was definitely going to be on my list.
Yeah, that's a pretty powerful
Fucking
one.
scumbag.
That may have been the first time I cried to
Really?
a movie. Oh yeah,
I didn't. Well, I guess yeah.
I probably cried.
when he pushed
Yeah.
Mufasa. I mean, that was pretty
That's
bad.
I don't think I cried.
That was pretty.
I would
rough.
have. I'd probably cried now, but I didn't cry as a kid. I didn't never cried as a kid. Like even with like Land Before Time. Have you seen that since?
Littlefoot?
Oh my god,
Dude,
that is
that's
a
the saddest
tearjerker.
movie in the world,
Oh, yeah.
and it was like my favorite when I was like 4, and I never cried when I was a kid. And then I rewatched it like 2 years ago. I was like,
Now
man,
you
this
know
is
what death
fucking
is.
Sad.
Yeah.
Now, see, I was the opposite. As a child, I cried every time. Cried every time.
Free Willy.
Free Willy. I
Homeward Bound.
Those were more happy tears, but
yeah, that was nice. He was free. Then the
Disney
mic-
Disney did a very very good job in the early '90s.
yes,
They,
would
Or
they
they were
had to
evil.
prepare kids for when their parents died.
yeah,
Bambi.
yeah, Bambi, fucking
That-
Yeah, Lion King.
Lion King.
Facts, Drew.
No,
Facts.
I know
Oh.
it's facts, but it
Wow.
Facts.
it hurts me to look at you say that,
Oh, I
It makes
appreciate-
me laugh.
I appreciate that.
and that's why I don't want to look at you right now.
Look at me, Drew.
Nope,
Look at me.
I feel
Look at me.
bad.
No, actually, my mom told me that. She's like, she goes, yeah, the reason that they make kids' movies have their parents die or someone die like at the beginning of the movie
Yeah,
is so like kids know that if their parents go, they can overcome whatever.
that's true.
you
That's-
know? It's like a
Yeah.
little life lesson.
Yeah.
Do we have a section for like? I guess like Darth Vader, your kind of example would fall like how people say they like Darth more than Luke Skywalker, and it's kind of like are they a villain or are they just likable? But
Yeah.
do we have a section for characters that are like half villain, half turn into
Like Boba Fett.
No, like the dog from Sandlot.
Herc,
Oh, I see what
Hercules.
you're saying.
Like that's
Or
a
like-
true
it's-
villain.
or like Jordan Belfort.
But he's a good guy.
it's a perceived villain, but
Yeah.
then you find out like actually we're wrong. They're not the villain. Like the Beast in Beauty and the
Sloth.
Beast. Sloth. That's a
Yeah.
great example. Yeah, it's like is they're villain? No, they're actually a good person. We just are
judging a book
them.
by a cover.
Yes,
Ooh.
that's a good question. I don't know. I know that
Casey
there's some
Jones.
out there. I don't think.
Well,
Casey
he was bad guy
Jones.
for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, and then you were like, "Oh shit, he's not a bad guy. He's
I
going to
don't-
help us."
I don't think there was that much of an
tell
emotional
he was a
pull
good
with
guy.
Casey Jones.
There was a huge emotional
As
pull,
it was.
dude. He was such a bad guy, fucking hitting Raphael with the fucking cricket stick.
Cricket.
perfect example. Old guy from Home Alone. They thought he was
Yeah.
the villain until
Yes.
the very moment he's like,
Saved
"Let's
him.
get you home."
Yep.
Yep.
Saved him.
That's
Or that could be Kowalski.
that was true. But so
Rest in peace.
you thought he was the villain, but he actually wasn't. Or the bird lady in Home
Yep.
Alone 2.
Yeah.
Wow. You thought she was like weird, crazy. and
Or
then she was
other
just
villains were the
homeless.
sticky and wet bandits.
Now those were real villains.
I know.
Was there a bad guy? Was there a good bad guy in Dunstan Checks In?
Oh yeah, man, Lord Rutledge.
But was he a good guy?
No,
That's the worst.
Lord Rutledge might be the greatest villain of any movie of any time.
What about
Star-studded cast. Melvin, do you want me to tell you about this star-studded cast?
George Costanza.
I'm gonna write down
You have-
Lord Rutledge.
You have George Costanza. You have the kid from the Santa Claus. You have the other kid that just fucking rollerbladed. You have Lord Rutledge.
A monkey.
You have a monkey. You have Mrs. Dubrow. You have Mr. Dubrow. You have Pee Wee Herman. Fucking star-studded cast.
he became a villain?
He did.
He did become.
He jerked off in a porn theater. Like, what are you supposed to do? with
So
that?
did Screech.
And you know what's
You're
Screech-
supposed to do that, though.
Yeah, like what else are you supposed to do
But
there?
here's the thing, though.
Wasn't there in
at the
Disney.
time, he was like already Pee Wee. He was a multimillionaire. Why is he needing to go to the theaters to jerk off? Like
Was
he
the
can-
internet big back then?
No, this was like the 90s.
That could
He
be it.
fucked up way
Yeah.
too early, and he never recovered from that. But he it's like, why go and do that? You could have paid someone to come jerk you off. You didn't even have to go to the theater to do it, and yet he chose to do that. He fucked up so bad, and it took. I don't think he ever fully recovered.
Well, Screech was kind of like that too.
Screech was
Screech
just a
went
piece
off
of shit.
the. Yeah,
He's an
he-
asshole.
Yeah, he could be a villain.
He is.
I think we're all glad he's dead,
I'm gonna
right?
put him down
Wow.
for one of your villains, Screech.
They
That's
just made
what I'm gonna put
the
him.
newest episode of Dark Side of Comedy. It's about Screech.
Well, they have a dark side of comedy.
Yeah, the first episode I think was on Chris Farley,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
the second was on Dustin Diamond.
Yeah, he was a kind of a piece of shit. Like he was
He
just
seemed
a-
like an asshole.
yeah, and he was awful. He was not a.
He's
good,
no AC Slater.
no AC Slater.
He doesn't sit in the chair.
Mario
It's cool.
Lopez.
Yeah, I mean Melvin's sitting in his chair just like
Yeah.
AC Slater right now.
No, I'm not.
For everyone that can't see,
No,
He's
Melvin,
I'm not.
Melvin's
That's-
a little more jacked than AC was.
yeah, that's
No.
all. The only way he'll sit in the chair is
You
if it's
see him on
backwards
stream.
because he
AC
likes
Slater.
AC Slater
This
so much.
is
Cut-offs all the time.
Yep,
This is fake news.
and a Jerry curl.
Well, okay. So you bring up a good point about the villains that we assume are villains, and then they're actually not. But I want to touch on this one. This is two things. This is a real.
Two things.
This is a real villain. And I just watched something on this, and everyone thought he was like a lovable guy, and come to find out, he was not.
Here we go.
And it was. I just watched a multi-part documentary on him.
Hitler.
No. Well, I mean, he was not. He's also a villain, but I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about the.
Relax. I just want to take some pictures.
Not him either.
Come on,
Nah.
are we gonna take some photos or what?
This is Poltergeist 3.
I got $50 for you. He kind of talks like Napoleon
Two
Dynamite.
captains
did.
and cokes, please.
Very similar. This guy had a cameo in the Dahmer show. Gacy. Fucking. What's his first? I want
John Wayne.
John Wayne
Wayne.
Gacy. I was gonna call him William H. Gacy.
I watched that.
Different guy.
I watched that
The clown
documentary
guy.
too, but I fell asleep during it.
Yeah, it was John Wayne Gacy. I got on a tear because I forgot about him. I remember hearing about him years ago, and then they showed him in the Dahmer show for a second. I was like, "Holy shit! I want to watch more about that guy." Like,
Yeah,
fuck Dahmer. Show me that
So
guy.
I'm hoping that the next series they do like that is about him because
Yeah.
he dressed up as a clown.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, that's fucking
Our old
weird.
FedEx guy looked just like him.
Yeah, and so like what was crazy is 30 people,
Jesus.
30 in his crawl space.
Yeah.
He just started dumping them in the crawl space, and then when they finally if you do the timeline of where he killed most people, it was a matter of months He just went on a tear. Like he killed a few people like throughout the timeline, but most of it was like within like a year, and he was just killing them left and right and
Dressing up as a clown.
raping them and all kinds of crazy
I
shit.
knew he was a clown. I don't know a whole lot more than that about him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he like dressed up as a clown for like kids' birthday
Yeah.
parties.
Yeah.
And then I think he did it while he like raped people too.
Yeah, he would do stuff like he had a construction business and he would hire young boys.
Stallions.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what nice stallions that he'd be able to hire, teen boys.
Teen
And then he would invite them over and basically I don't know if he drugged them. I don't think he drugged them from what I watched. He would
No,
just,
I
He got
think
drugged.
he did
Yeah,
because
the Dahmer, he drugged him.
Dahmer was like he goes
Same thing.
He said
he wanted a Coke.
yeah, but he Dahmer also said he's like I'm nothing like this guy because Gacy never admitted that he did anything. He was like I
Yeah,
didn't do
he-
anything.
yeah.
And Dahmer's like yeah I know I killed these people.
yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Because he found God.
Because there was what I watched was a Netflix
Yeah.
thing where they had like his like interview tapes, and he would never take responsibility for it. Like he'd be like, I don't even know what they're talking about. He would confess to it, and he's like, I didn't do that. I don't remember doing any of that.
actually
That's-
crazy?
This is bullshit. No, he was just like a liar.
Habitual liar.
Yeah, a habitual liar. Like
Habitual.
he would just lie and just
Cheat and steal.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
He
And
he was the 1979 Eddie Guerrero.
Ooh,
Yeah.
with way not as good hair.
Yes.
yeah, and a lot of more. Well, did Eddie Guerrero like rape teen boys and murder
No, he was a
never
wrestler.
confirmed.
Oh, okay.
And he would just lie and cheat and steal.
Oh, okay.
was-
So
that was his
so
thing.
Gacy did that, but he also raped
Yeah.
boys.
So he's
and
like,
killed them.
we lie, we cheat, we steal, we rape.
Yeah, got it.
You know,
Okay.
Gacy Heat.
But yeah, John Wayne Gacy. I watched that. I was a little disappointed in the Netflix documentary I watched though, because I wanted to know more about the killings, because they got me into a bloodlust of watching Dahmer, and I was hoping to get more of that, but it was just like, here's what happened in the courtroom, and I'm like,
Yeah, I watched that Gacy thing too, and I fell asleep like midway through the first episode and woke up like during the third episode, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, if I fell asleep during it, it's probably not that good.
It was okay. It was interesting. I watched the whole thing, but I was hoping to hear like, can we get some details like on them? Like, what was he doing? Like what? Like how did he do, for research purposes only? Like what was his methods? Like, I wanted to understand, because we understood Dahmer's. He was paying people $50 and taking Polaroid pictures.
Drilling into their head.
Yeah,
I just want to take some photos.
Drink up.
that was crazy though when they fucking
I
brought
got
that
you.
kid back.
I got you,
Yeah.
Boone's Farm.
yeah,
Drink it.
he did. You're right. He did talk like Napoleon
He
Dynamite.
did.
Boone's
He
Farm.
was-
Like that's all I could think of.
like,
Like the point that,
jeez.
jeez,
Gosh, take your clothes off.
yeah.
he's my boyfriend. Yeah, there's a bunch of gay stuff in here.
Yeah, you don't want to
God.
walk in.
And the cops are like, "Oh, we gotta wash."
Yeah.
It sells out the gayness.
Know what I mean?
That's your boyfriend? Yeah, go ahead. Take him back to the room.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
Sorry about that.
They didn't want to catch anything.
And then they find the pictures, and they're like, "Wait a second, these are real."
That was from the second one.
If I say
Yeah.
a name
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
I want to know if it rings a bell for
Okay.
you guys. Dr. Lovelace.
I know who Dr. Lovelace is.
Wild Wild West?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
I love that movie.
That, honestly, is a very interesting character. But what do you have like,
Just
Are you gonna elaborate?
that's another one growing up that
Oh,
just really,
okay.
I just really, you knew that guy was bad. Like, he
yes.
His beard. Just
yeah, he was half a man.
He was an interesting villain because
He had
I
a bunch
actually,
of chicks, but no wiener.
yeah, and I wanted to know, they hinted at that he had a way to have sex, but they didn't explain it.
Machinery.
Wait, why didn't
Yeah.
he have a wiener? I don't know if I've ever seen
half a
Wild Wild
man.
West because
He lost half of his body.
well, have you ever
Yeah.
seen
Oh.
Space
In the
Truckers?
Civil War.
The guy's starting his dick like a lawnmower.
Oh, is that,
Maybe-
was that how
maybe
he's
he's got
doing it?
one.
I missed that one.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, because it took place after the Civil War. He was trying to like take back the country from President Grant.
Yeah.
Ulysses S. Grant was the president in that movie, and he was trying to like get it back because the one guy had like an ear thing.
horn?
Yeah, because he got hit in the head with a cannonball or something. I don't know. But
this movie just sounds
Bloodbath
terrible.
McGrath.
You've
I've
never
never
seen-
seen Wild Wild West.
I've never seen the whole thing.
Will
'Cause it
Smith
Oh,
did
it's
it
good.
instead of
looks
the Matrix.
Fucking retarded.
dude, it actually I liked it.
I liked it.
Growing up, I liked that movie. It's not a great movie. It's a Will Smith action movie. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not.
It's
And-
no Independence Day.
The best part is Will Smith
yeah,
and
sure.
him doing racist and handicap jokes to each other the whole movie.
That is true.
I
That
love
was
that.
true. Yeah, they did a lot of that. Well, I mean, it was a contemptuous time, you know.
Yeah.
Phrase were slaved. What was I trying to say?
Phrase were slave?
Slaves were freed.
Phrase were slave.
I had a fucking. That was
What the hell?
I had a dyslexic moment. I was.
No more espresso.
Yeah. What is in
But
that
the
cup?
slaves were freed. He was what was his thing? Jim West, Desperado,
Rough Rider.
Riders.
No, you don't want no.
Yeah, he was.
Who hotter than
We're
Top
going
Dollar?
straight to
Hot nada nada.
Cisco sung that song. I mean,
That's a great
Drew Hill.
song.
yeah.
Yeah, Drew Hill. Well, Cisco from Drew Hill at the time. It was
Oh, yeah.
it was a Drew Hill feature. But yeah, that was Dr. Loveless. That was an interesting one. Did you ever? I don't know if you ever watched any of those like Kevin Smith, like where he talks to like a bunch of kids and that talk about movies he made. So apparently, the reason why Wild Wild West had the fucking mechanical spiders, Kevin Smith was originally hired to do a Batman vs Superman movie, and he met with like one of the producers, and they were obsessed with this idea of having robot spiders. And he's like, I don't know how that fits in with Batman vs Superman.
They should have kept it for
concept.
eight-legged
It
freaks.
doesn't really fit in the Wild Wild
No.
West either.
No, yeah, and so he goes through this whole story and like how he had this argument about like, yeah, I know you love this idea about mechanical spiders, but I really want to focus on like Batman and Superman.
I'm okay with Nick Cage being
Yeah.
Superman,
Yeah.
but this is too much.
Yeah, and so then he was like, and it didn't go anywhere, and he's like, and then next thing I know, there's Wild Wild West with mechanical spiders, same producer. He
You got
his
an idea.
dream.
You got to get it in there.
You know
Yeah.
another villain from the late 90s?
Who?
The fucking dude from Ready to Rumble.
Which dude was that?
The promoter. What was his name?
Oh, this is a deep cut. I don't know.
we
Oliver
just
Platt.
watched this.
He wanted to screw Jimmy the King.
Yeah.
Is it Oliver Platt? Oh no, Jimmy the King was Oliver Platt. That's
Y2 Drew's looking it up.
All right.
I don't remember this. I know this
We just
movie,
watched
but I
know.
don't remember.
Well,
it
it's been a
enough.
while.
Michael
Yeah.
Buffer?
Was it Michael Buffer was the
The
villain?
promoter.
He was not the
Wow.
promoter.
The guy that ran WCW.
Well,
It wasn't Bischoff. No,
that would
not
be
in
great
the
if
movie.
Bischoff
yeah,
was
would,
the villain.
It would have been awesome if Russo was the villain.
Oh, that would have been great.
He would have been really bro.
Bro,
You'll never
we're
see
going
that
to take
piece of
down
shit again.
Jimmy the King.
Sean Dawkins, a.k.a. Sugar Daddy.
Sure. That's what his name was? Sugar Daddy in the
No,
movie?
no. That's the partner.
Oh, so, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember this. But he's the one.
But
who
he's the one that wanted to like destroy Jimmy the King, and he told all the wrestlers.
Titus
about-
Sinclair.
Titus Sinclair.
Joe Pantanello.
Oh wait, I know. I remember
He's
this
the
guy now.
He's the
yeah.
chief from Bad Boys 2.
He is.
And Bad Boys, all of
And
them.
I'm going to piggyback on that. He also played a great villain in one of the best TV shows of all time, Ralph Cifaretto in The Sopranos. Have you ever watched The Sopranos?
Yes.
Has anyone- He is
Recently.
probably him and
He's really good.
Phil Leotardo are probably the two top like villains in that show of a show about a bunch of shitty people, like
Yeah.
terrible people, but they stand out as some of the worst. And I would say Joey Pantalones, Joey Pants, as I think they call him.
Joey Pants.
I think that's actually his nickname is Joey Pants. I don't know. I might be making that up. But he was he was a good villain. And he was also a Fratelli.
He was
Yeah.
He was a
fuck.
Fratelli.
He was a Fratelli.
Oh, shit. It all comes together.
Man.
It comes together. I'm gonna write that down now.
you know
Ralph
who else is a
Cifaretto.
villain in multiple movies? Is
Gary Busey.
no, the principal from Bueller.
Principal from. Oh, you know he's.
Ferris Bueller. He's
Wait,
in Howard
the
the
bad
Duck.
guy and Stay Tuned.
Yes,
Howard the Duck?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yep. He was in a bunch of.
Beetlejuice.
Yes, he was. He was the dad in Beetlejuice. He was also convicted of having child porn in real life.
Yes.
So he's a real life villain.
He looks like a guy that plays trivia on Thursday nights where I go.
Maybe that is actually him.
It
he
could
might
be.
have been run
He
out of
looks
business.
like exactly like
Ask
it.
him if it's him.
What-
Another
What's
Ed
that guy's
Rooney?
name?
who?
Ed Rooney.
Yeah, Ed Rooney.
Another guy.
Rooney.
Another guy that's in multiple movies that is the villain is the principal from Breakfast Club.
I don't remember
That's
who
over
that
from
is.
Breakfast. Oh yeah. Was he like a villain though? Because
I mean, he
he's
was a
got
dickhead.
Yeah, but he's got a job to do. Like he's got to like. He only gets these kids on a Saturday. You know what are you gonna do? I mean, you got to like
I'd be
Paul Gleason,
who? Which one's Paul Gleason?
the principal from Breakfast Club.
Oh, Breakfast Club.
but he's in multiple movies.
He's in a lot.
that he plays
So-
sort of an asshole.
So Principal from Breakfast Club. I'm keeping track of all these, by the way. You may not be able to read my handwriting, but I can, so that works. And then you said, what was his name? Paul Mooney? No, that's the black guy. What's his name? Ed Rooney.
Paul Mooney.
Ed Rooney.
Mooney.
Jean Girard,
It wasn't me, Mooney.
Bill Lumberg.
Bill Lumberg.
Lumberg.
Bill Lumberg, I don't see as a. He
Who's
was
Bill Lumberg?
Office Space.
I'm
He-
gonna need you to
Yeah,
stay a
yeah.
Saturday.
He's not really a villain. He's just doing his job. He's got things he's got to do, and the reports were bad. Let me tell you something. When you have
Your TPS
like
report's got to be.
20 email reports that come in, you want them uniform because it's a bitch to sort through. Yeah, I understand. I understand the struggle that fucking Lumberg had to do. I don't think he's actually a villain. He may have been actually the hero in that story.
That's true.
Truly. You know, he had to make some important decisions, and it may have even cost him his job.
I got a good villain that has stuck with me since childhood.
Dr. Evil.
I just thought about
Was he a
that. too.
villain though? He wasn't
No, he's a
even-
good guy.
Yeah, he was. He was.
The cop in Leon the Professional.
I don't even know this movie.
yeah, What?
His name is
What?
Norman. You never seen Leon the Professional?
Nope.
I've never even heard of it.
I don't even know. What
Oh
that
my
is.
Take
God.
your B films out of here.
This is an A film. It's what's her name? Natalie Portman's first movie.
What? Leon.
I grew up with cable, so I really didn't.
Is this a show?
No,
Watch.
a movie.
I didn't rent movies from the library.
Leon the Professor. Oh,
I
okay.
hate you.
I mean, I think I've seen this cover at a Blockbuster back in the day, but
Oh my
I
God!
taped movies
Everyone's
off of
seen this
VHS.
movie.
okay. So what was his name?
Norman
Norman Smiley.
Stains.
Norman
no,
Smiley.
He's not a bad
The
guy.
Big
at all.
Wiggle.
God damn it! I can't believe you guys have never seen this.
What? No, I've never even heard of this. The cover looks kind of familiar, but I don't even know. I don't know what it's about. I don't even know.
So the cop Norman, whatever, who's played by Gary Oldman, kills Natalie Portman's family, so she lives with Leon, who is a hitman.
Okay.
And
movie
he
sounds
takes care of his-
terrible.
It's a
When-
fucking good movie.
When did it come out?
Probably like 2000. I'm guessing.
94.
All right. I
Were
was
you
way
born?
off.
Yes.
That was not Natalie Portman's first movie.
It was the first one she was really hot in.
Wasn't she in? Wasn't she? Didn't she do like
She
Big
was in-
Girls Don't Cry or some shit like that?
Wasn't it her in
The Macaulay Culkin movie.
True Romance?
I don't know.
Wasn't it Natalie Portman and Christian Slater?
I don't know. I don't think so. I
He
don't
was in
think it a
Broken
different
Arrow.
one.
Lingers
Yeah.
on me now.
Oh my god!
Wait, what?
Fucking
Who am I
shark
thinking?
over here.
What?
Big girls don't cry.
Oh, gotcha.
Drew is a villain at bowling. He's a real asshole.
He just destroys the other.
He's not even that good.
Don't hate the play.
Not even that good.
Hate the game.
Well, if he's destroying everybody, though, he's better than in comparison.
When you surround yourself with schmucks, you can make yourself look real good.
Oh wow, that's some strong words.
Yep.
These are strong words.
Who you got, Bobo?
Yeah. Who do you got? We got. Wait. So far. Let's recap the villains that seem to come to mind. I have
Who else you got?
two more, but I'll get into. But So this is what we have so far. So Bobby's got Wolf the Dentist Stanson,
Hell yeah.
the Fratellis.
Fratelli.
Fratellis. I kind of wrote it down odd. Lord Rutledge. I don't even.
Dude, you know who Lord Rutledge is.
Is he in the
part of
second one?
Yes.
Okay.
He's part of the most star-studded cast of all time.
Screech, Titus Sinclair, Principal from the Breakfast Club, and Ed Rooney from the other Ferris Bueller. Sam W.O. has contributed the least out of all of this. I'm very disappointed.
That's because he sucks at
Wow.
everything he does.
Shooter, but I will
Wow.
say he's picked up some good ones. Shooter McGavin, great pick by the way. This is Mr. Joshua, which he is frightening. And then you really lost me with this Norman.
How have you never
Stanfield.
seen Leon the Professional? He takes care of his plant.
Has anyone else seen Leon? No one else
damn
has
it.
seen it.
I've never even heard of it.
Nope.
I didn't think so.
It used to just be called The Professional, and then they changed it, I think.
Why would they change it?
I don't know. It's one of those fucking, was Sinbad a fucking genie things.
Wait, what?
Bernstein.
A Mandela effect?
Yeah,
So this
I don't
movie
know.
never happened?
Yeah, I
God damn
believe
it.
that.
Yeah.
That I believe. See, YG Drew's got the Ernie McCracken. That's a good one there. Rachel Phelps. Biff Tannen. See, you got some heavy hitters here. Darth Vader, Scar, and Dr. Loveless from Wild Wild West. And so far, I've got JBL. This is probably a quintessential issue. JBL, Vince McMahon, John Wayne Gacy. Not to be confused with John Wayne, the actor. He was a cowboy. He died of cancer.
Or Wayne Newton.
Or Wayne Newton.
He's a villain though. Wayne Newton is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
he-
Vegas Vacation.
True, he was.
He tried to steal the wife.
And Ralph Cifaretto from The Sopranos. That's, I would say, pretty bad. Now, here's one, and I will say, and I just remembered this. I didn't have it written down. Because there are those villains that just... I got two. Because these...
Dr. Ooze.
They kind of do the same thing for me. When I see them in the show or movie that they're in, and they are so hateable, and all you can think about is, when will they die? When will they be killed off?
Mark Zuckerberg.
No.
He was on my list.
I agree. Probably one.
No,
of
no,
the
no, 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 no.
Wait, I thought that was... Oh, yeah, that was Zuckerberg. Yeah, that's
Never even seen the movie, but I hope he's dead.
But there's two that stand out to me. That they're just so. I remember watching this, and it was just like so hateable. I don't remember his character's name. Let me look it up. It's from a movie. It's a Vince Vaughn movie. Vince Vaughn and John Travolta were in a movie called
6'8".
Domestic Disturbance.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yeah, it's been a while.
And Vince Vaughn was the stepfather, and he was also a murderer. And the son is onto him, and John Travolta has to get to the bottom of it. And I will say, Vince Vaughn, I remember watching that, and it just bugged me. I was like, I hate Vince Vaughn. This is before Vince Vaughn was like a
Vince Vaughn?
wedding crasher.
Well, he plays a villain in that horror movie.
Is Vince Vaughn like 6'5"?
He's 6'8".
yeah,
He's not
6'8".
6'8".
Yeah, he's 6'8".
Get
He's
the tape
not
measure.
6'8".
Get tape measure.
Yeah, he's up there. He played. His name was, well, he had two names because he had an alias. He was Rick Barnes, aka Jack Parnell. Now that guy, I don't know what it was. So Sam, you've seen it. Have you guys seen
It's been a while.
Domestic Disturbance?
I remember it was really good.
This one of the best John Travolta movies of all
After
time.
Battlefield Earth.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that.
One of the I mean, what other ones? I mean, Pulp Fiction's up there, sure, but what other
Look
good
Who's
John
Talking
Travolta?
Look
Who?
Who's Talking, Grease, Face Off.
Face Off. You never seen Face Off?
I've seen it. It's not up there with.
Who are we talking about, John
Domestic
Travolta?
Disturbance.
I'm going to flip this table.
Yeah, John Travolta.
No comment.
John Travolta. Rick Barnes, aka Jack Parnell. That was guy. But the other one, so this one, I thought of this guy first, but then it reminded me of a more modern, hateable person that you just rooted for. And if you've seen Game of Thrones, Ramsay.
Oh, God.
Gordon?
Yes, Gordon Ramsay is
Probably
such a
Baby
piece of
Hell's
shit.
The most fucked up villain I've seen in a show in a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, are me and Sam the only ones that have seen Game
Yeah,
of Thrones?
I've never
Have you
seen
seen
Game of
Thrones? No.
So he comes in and
Yeah.
he's got this guy captured and he lets him go.
Yeah.
So he thinks he has hope, and then he fucking catches him and then cuts his dick off.
Yes.
Oh.
And then
Sounds
keeps
like a nice
him
guy.
as a manslave.
Yes.
I'd love to watch Game of Thrones too, but I just got this shit going on. The stuff that God, what's that thing? Oh, A Life. That's what it is.
Oh, don't shit on Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Get him.
You're watching the NBA, aren't you?
I will
No.
say,
Oh, okay.
I will say the only reason I was able to finish Game of Thrones is I had to put my life on pause for a while, and I had no other choice but to sit on that couch over there for about a month. So I just kind of,
Besides last season, great show.
yeah, the last season got a little odd where they started like a
They
Jamie.
stopped the raping. That was a
True.
real big part
They
of the
did
show.
cut out. They stopped doing a lot of the rapes. But the Jamie Lannister arc, where he started as a villain, he was you see him episode 1, like, oh, what a
Fucking
piece of
hate
shit,
him.
and then you actually redeem him. But then
And
they
you love
didn't.
him.
Then they kind of like went nowhere with it. But that's a great arc. He's like a Darth Vader arc. Like I would say, Darth Vader
Yeah.
is a villain, but he redeems himself. Jamie Lannister, villain, redeems
Same thing.
himself. Magneto,
Magneto was always a good guy to me.
he's up. Really?
Like I had on my list Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards, the Jew hunter.
Ooh, that's a good one.
But then I thought
good one.
he's just doing his job.
He was kind
He's
of.
really got no choice.
It's like Leonardo DiCaprio from the Django Unchained.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Calvin Candy.
he knows no other thing. Like he's
He's just doing the thing.
from the outside looking in, he's inherently evil.
It's
But
like
if you
the
don't
iceberg
know,
in Titanic.
if he knows no different. Yeah,
That's just being life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the villain.
that's true.
Technically, the captain's
Or
the villain.
Yeah.
okay, go back to Titanic. The one dude that fucking Jack fucking steals his girl. Like he's just fucking
Oh, the
trying
Phantom?
to get,
Oh, yeah.
He's just trying to get his fucking wife back.
That is true. Like that
piece of
guy.
shit.
yeah, but he's very controlling to Rose. So
He tries
Yeah,
to be
but
a
it's
woman
also-
to get off the boat.
It's also like the
he
1910s.
doesn't try to be a woman. He tries to be a father.
Oh.
It's also
Please.
the 1910s. Times were different.
Yeah, but she I want to say here's the
And
deal.
she
Rose
wanted,
was a whore.
She wanted to marry him for money.
Here I'm going to say it right now. Top villain of all time, Rose from Titanic.
Yep.
No.
She doesn't
Rose-
move her fat ass over to let him on the door, and then she throws the fucking jewel in the
She's
water.
such a piece of shit. She's out there. She's lined up to marry a rich, wealthy guy that actually does love her. Maybe he's a little controlling, but they're gonna work that out.
Yeah.
they're gonna work that out.
I mean, it's not
She
like
was-
she's got to work.
Women were basically property back then.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
yeah,
He owned like a railroad. I think he owned like
Yeah.
4 of them. And then when you
B&O,
yeah,
Pennsylvania.
short line, and when you landed on, you had to pay $200,
yeah,
and you only get $200 every time you pass go.
right. And so she had that, and all of a sudden she sees this young kid,
Stallion.
yeah, that just
Time
snuck his
traveler.
way on the
Yeah,
Titanic.
he's a time traveler.
And they goes like, why don't you just
He is.
paint me in the nude, like out of nowhere, like she
You not
was
Like
know
one of your French girls.
And then she kills him because she doesn't let him on the door. And
Yeah.
she gets to be like, oh, I have the, let me tell
Condition.
you the story.
I have a condition.
Yeah. And
Here,
she
so-
gets to live her life in the free world.
We were talking at work. I brought this subject up just to help me out a little bit, refresh the brain.
Yeah.
We were talking also about borderline villains again,
Uh-huh.
and one that came up was Jaws, the shark.
The shark?
It's just being a shark,
Listen.
but it is a villain. It is. I mean, it's the villain of the movie.
You're breaking into the shark's house. Stay the fuck out of the water.
That is true.
That is,
You know?
yeah, like
It's not his house. That's
a
I mean,
shark
like, when there's-
viciously
when there's-
attacked a man.
when there's
Stay out of
like-
the ocean.
when there's like a shark feeding frenzy, all you got to do is get out of the water. It's not like
that
they
is
can walk
true.
down the street like fucking
Yeah.
shark.
It didn't
guys,
follow you home.
Biker sharks from Mars or whatever the
Now,
fuck.
if the shark from Jaws got out of the water, got in a
Space
car, got a gun, and robbed you, then I would
Yeah.
say, yes, he's a villain. But the fact he's just swimming around, and he's like, oh, looks
Eating.
like there's something I can eat here.
Yeah.
That's not I don't think that's a villain. The same way I don't think the T-Rex from Jurassic Park was a villain.
No.
If anything, it's almost a hero because
It's
it
that-
saved
It's that
people
old
twice.
man.
Yeah.
That old man is the fucking villain.
He is the villain.
because he wanted to continue to open the park up, and
Yeah.
he endangered everyone's lives.
Yeah, John Hammond. I'm going to put this on separately.
I was talking to someone. They didn't know Samuel L. Jackson was in that movie.
Yeah, hold on to your butts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold on to your butts.
Yeah. Fucking John Hammond. Fucking, what was it? The
the iceberg.
I almost want to say in Jaws, if I remember correctly.
Rose Dawson.
Yeah,
Or no,
not
Rose
Dawson.
DeWibdicator.
fucking,
Whatever her name was.
I want to
Something
say
like that.
the real villain in Jaws wasn't the shark, but it was that stupid mayor that was
Yep.
like, we need to keep the beaches. He was the John Hammond. What
Yes.
was his name? Mayor Tinkerton?
West.
Mayor West? Mayor
Yeah.
West. That's,
Mayor Adam West.
yes, I think you're correct. No, I want to. So as far as I had this one written down as well. This was my last one I had prepared in advance, and I know it seems childish at first, but once you fully look into like the reasoning behind it and like what his real motivations are,
Bob Vila.
very close.
Zangief.
That's a close second and third.
He was a
but
good guy.
This
at the end of
one,
the movie.
this one was a big one.
Roger Klotz.
Roger Klotz.
Roger, well, yeah, but
He bothered you all through high
wait,
school.
wasn't Roger Klotz? Didn't he turn out to be like the vice principal or something like that at the end? Like, what was? Remember?
Never seen
Do you know
that.
what Roger Klotz is from?
Yeah, Doug Funny.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But like, but wasn't there that episode where Doug's supposed to graduate and he's trying to find like the vice principal and he goes in there and it's just Roger sitting in the vice principal's office?
Yeah, he was just
I
sitting
think
in
that
there.
was American Pie.
No, he was just sitting in there.
Oh, I
So-
thought the reveal was like he was the vice principal the whole
no.
time.
They were looking for him because they never saw the real principal. They always saw vice principal.
Oh,
Bone.
vice principal. Yeah,
And
principal.
he was in the Roger was in the principal's office because he wanted to find out. And when they spun the chair around, he was there, and he's like, "Yeah, he's not there."
What was
I believe
his,
that's how
What was his name? Like Butledge or something like that?
Rutledge.
Lord Rutledge.
Oh, was that was the principal
Yeah.
in the
Go back to yours. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Principal Butt Stuff or something.
yes, principal. It was something but something or something.
Butt Savage.
But it was Butt
Butt
Savage.
Holy shit, we got
Principal Butt Savage.
Principal Butt Savage, and he was never seen.
See, I
And
always
Vice
thought,
Principal Bone.
yeah, I always thought that I always thought that Roger was the reveal of like he's actually been the principal the whole time.
And he's been just bullying kids.
Yes, that's
Oh
what
my
I
God.
thought. I thought that was the
Actually,
deal.
the real bully in that show is Percy Femur.
He was a
That was
remember Percy
Assistant
Femur.
Principal Bone's nephew that came and picked on Roger. Remember that?
You
Yeah,
know
that
the
was-
name. I can't think of him though.
Drew doesn't remember. it.
yeah. He did. He would give you the Hertz donut.
Yeah.
Show Sam what a Hertz donut is. Well, you got to ask him. You got to
Yeah.
ask him first.
You want a Hertz donut?
No, thank you.
He said yes.
Punch
Yeah, he
someone.
said-
You're like, oh, it hurts, don't it?
No, he pulled his nose.
Don't pull my nose.
Yeah.
You
Doesn't
need,
need
you
any
need
help.
help. You're gonna need help.
It's like a tug of war.
Who was your guy?
Who was your
Oh
last guy?
yes. So this guy was
Mark Summers.
No, this guy. I want to now. Hear me out. Dr. Robotnik. Not from the
Of
movie,
Fucking course.
but just
you
in
would
general.
go back to Sonic.
Just in general. Think about it this
He's
way.
evil. He wanted to
He
take
was.
over the world.
But he's also. Here's the thing. Now imagine if they did like a rated R version of the story of Sonic the Hedgehog, right? And the idea is to take animals, live animals, and mechanize them. Think of the process of mechanization of an animal. You have to like cut it open. You got to like put like
You got to
shit-
Dahmer that
it-
shit.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He was almost like a Dahmer, but with like wanting to roboticize things, and he just was any sort of cute animal, he would want to kill it.
Sonic, I just want to take some photos.
Yeah.
I got $50.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
50 coins, rings.
Yeah, I have 50 rings for you.
Yeah.
And some of your friends.
Sorry, I was thinking of a good franchise like Mario.
No, I don't think so. That's not.
Tails,
that's not
come
gonna
here.
happen. But
Take
that
some
was
photos.
That struck some nerves too with that the trailer for that movie.
I haven't seen
what
it
the
yet.
Mario trailer.
Yeah.
I
Talking
did-
about Chris Pratt's voice and stuff not being the.
I didn't really hear
Good
his
enough.
voice. Yeah. I was hoping that they were. Well, they have two ways they can go with
Sonic
the Mario
got
voice.
shit on before it came out.
But it's a fucking hit. It's a
Oh yeah, it's a
franchise.
great movie. But like,
Yeah.
what Sonic looked like before it came out was terrible.
True. Yeah.
It turned out awesome.
Maybe they're trying to do that tactic of like, oh, make some complaints and we'll fix it type of thing. Like, oh,
Yeah, we'll
it's-
go to business to fix this.
yeah. But I thought they should have gone with a like the first Mario. I thought the original Mario movie
I love it.
was really good. I don't know why people hate on that. What do you expect? It's
Yeah.
1992 or whatever it was when they made that. Like,
The
it
movie was
movie.
terrible.
was great.
The movie was terrible.
Are you kidding me,
Shut up, Spring Breakers.
dude? John
Alien.
Breaker's Alien is not a villain.
John Leguizamo
Anyway,
was so great
Gucci
in that
Mane
movie.
would have been the
I
fucking
couldn't think
villain.
of his fucking name.
Fuck it. Now I will say, Alien. Yeah, Alien was not a villain. You'd think he was the villain.
It was actually the chicks.
Yes, the girls were.
Selena Gomez was not. The other two
was
girls.
innocent.
And Gucci Mane.
Yeah, Gucci
Mane.
Mane was the villain in that whole thing. That was a great film, though.
It was a great
That was an
film.
amazing film.
I knew Robotnik was going to get brought up.
Well, he was. I mean, think
I'm
about it.
surprised
He's
Bowser
awful.
didn't. Bowser's kidnapping and raping a princess.
Nah, that's just.
What about M. Bison?
It's just
And
a
they already
cartoon.
came out with the Mario before that was life
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
acted.
That's what
That's
I'm
right.
saying.
That's
It
what,
was,
that's what we were
terrible.
talking about. It was terrible.
it was great.
It was
It's great.
terrible.
I loved it.
I have
It
it
was-
on DVD.
Yeah.
You would because
just
it's
bought it.
terrible.
It's a fantastic.
Terrible.
Thank you.
Dude, John Leguizamo was so great as Luigi. Like, he was so cool. I wanted to be Luigi as a kid.
That's why I always liked Luigi.
Yeah, Luigi was the best. He was the cool guy.
Luigi has a big nose, and that's why you have a big nose.
So does Mario.
Yeah, it's true. He does have a big nose.
Have you ever seen Old Boy?
I know. I've never seen it, but I know of
Where
it.
do you come up
Dude,
with
this is like a remake of it.
This-
Like fucking what's his name's in it? Josh Brolin's in it. Like it's a good
Yeah,
movie.
doesn't Bob Hoskins keep an Asian guy in like a box or something like that?
They like lock up this dude for 20 years, and then when he gets out, he tricks him into banging his daughter, and then tells him he's a great villain.
Wait a minute. Oh, am I thinking of a different movie? This is not a Jet Li movie.
No,
Oh,
there's an Asian
never
one that
mind.
was made in 2003, and then this one was made like 2000.
What's the movie with Jet Li I was thinking about where Bob Hoskins kept him in a box?
Bob Hoskins?
He was the guy who played Mario and he was
Oh.
in Roger Rabbit.
No, that's Matilda.
That was Danny DeVito was in that.
Oh, I get them confused.
So wait a minute. Go back. Old Boy, Josh Brolin.
Yeah, he's like
Thanos.
a piece of shit. Yeah, he's
He's
a
Thanos,
piece of
right?
shit.
Yeah.
Someone throws him in like a hotel that they just keep him in for 20 years.
They keep him in a hotel?
Yeah, and like they have fake news stories about him murdering it because they framed him like he murdered his wife.
How did they keep him in a hotel though?
He's just fucking locked in there, and they feed him through a door and gas him every once in a while. So like they have like fake news stories about his daughter growing up, and like a true crime story about him murdering his wife, and it's all fake actors. And he gets out and he accidentally bangs his daughter, and then at the end they tell him.
Oh wow.
Spoiler alert!
Sounds like a great movie, Sam.
It is.
That's what he watches.
good movie.
He watches.
God damn it!
He watches Nick Leon the Professional and fucking
Watch Leon the Professional. Tell me it's a shitty
Nick
movie.
Leon the Professional.
and fucking old.
Speaking of a villain, that motherfucker's a villain. He ruined my prom night.
Did he? Oh yeah, that's right. So I would say,
Fucking bitch ass motherfucker.
what did I? Oh yeah, I had Doc. Yeah, Doc. So wait, is that a villain? Josh Brolin from
No,
Old Man.
He's a good guy.
Oh, who's the bad guy?
The guy who let him out.
You know who is a great villain? Is Sid from Toy Story.
Was he a villain though?
He's just a kid,
Dude, he was fucking like murdering toys.
He's just he ripped
But
the head
blowing
off
them
a
up.
Barbie.
toys.
He was blowing them up. Yeah, but they were real.
Were they though?
You don't know
Yeah.
that.
They came to life, Drew.
It's not Indian in the cupboard. You don't know.
That Indian was a fucking
Whoa.
villain.
So the people in Chucky were evil too because
Yeah,
they were
trying to
trying to kill a doll because
That
it
is
was
true.
alive.
yeah,
They make a good point.
yeah. No, Chucky was villain.
Why?
What's the best
Because he was
Leprechaun
possessed.
movie?
In space.
Because there's like 8 of them. I just
There's
found out.
the
In
one in
space.
space. It's a tie between the one in space
the
and
Hood?
one in the Hood. Yes.
Back to the Hood.
Back to the Hood. Leprechaun 3 or something like
I think
that.
it's 2.
Was it the
I-
second one?
I
They put
think
him
so.
straight to the Hood?
I think so.
Wow.
We went over this the other day.
The fourth one was in space. And the other day they played the fourth one first, and they went backwards. I'm like, why are they playing the shit backwards?
Maybe
Have
it
you heard
was-
about the movie that's making everybody like throw up and pass out and stuff?
Is it Smile?
No,
The
wait.
no, it's a
I heard
clown
that one.
movie.
What?
I heard. Well,
It's like the second one now, but
someone was telling me today that movie Smile. Like, if you have like mental problems, you shouldn't watch it.
I don't even know what movie that
What
is
about
either.
teeth? Where the vagina has teeth.
I heard about that one. Smile? What is this movie?
Terrifer.
Terrifer.
Yeah, there's this is Terrifer 2 now that's coming out, and people are passing out, vomiting in theaters.
Terrifer.
Is it like that book in South Park that people read and just throw up?
Scrody McBoogerballs?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep.
Why are people puking about? Okay, Oh, wait. Is it this? This
Yes.
one?
Yep.
So there's a
I know the
sequel to
face.
this.
Yes.
This
It
thing.
just came out. It's in theaters now.
So this is this one was in 2016. So
Let's
this
go
is a
see it.
sequel.
Terrifer
see it.
2 has just came out.
So why are people puking though? Like what is the reasoning behind this?
Just the movie
Gruesomeness?
is just so gruesome and
I want to see it now.
nasty, and people are just not being able to handle it.
Like
Like Spring Breakers.
well, there was that one
That movie's
movie
great.
that everyone talked about was like so crazy, that Serbian film. I never watched it, but I heard that
Yes.
one was pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's fucked
It's
up.
so gory. I puked in my popcorn.
Like
all over my dick.
like gorier than Hostel. Like is it?
yeah, that was fucked up.
Oh, HBO Max has it too.
Oh, I know what I'm watching tonight.
Yep.
I don't know.
What, Grucifer?
You want to FaceTime and watch it together?
Let's see.
Do you have a gag reflex?
Yeah, it's terrible. I know you
Hey,
don't.
let's try.
Following its release, there were several reports of viewers vomiting and fainting during the screenings of Terrifier 2. I think it's Terrifier? I don't know. With one instance allegedly having emergency services called. Speaking on audience reaction to the film, Entertainment Weekly director Damien Leon, the professional, remarked,
God damn it.
"Listen, I would have loved to have a couple of walkouts. I think that's sort of a badge of honor because it's an intense movie. What is it about, though? Like, what is
A
the
killer
concept?
clown, basically.
That's it? Just
That's
a
been
killer
done.
clown? Like, yeah.
It's,
Gacy.
it's right up your alley
It's like
with that
my-
John Gacy shit.
That's true. That's true. It's they only made it for like $250,000. This is a very cheap movie. This is
Watching the preview, it looks corny as hell.
That shit's
So-
not going to scare me then.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
they can't show you the real shit
Yeah.
in the trailer, so I'm guessing that the shit gets pretty crazy. But in the trailer itself, there's a couple scenes where he's doing all that crazy shit, drilling and eating them and all that dumb shit. So
really. It's I
Blair
don't-
Witch was corny, but it was scary as hell.
But I don't know, like if honestly, I've seen movies where people are like being eaten by other people and things like that. I've seen the gory stuff. It doesn't like. Is it something
He's
I
been to the gathering a couple times.
Yes, I've lived this life. No, but I don't.
This clown I seen a couple months ago.
Yeah, I don't see the like, oh man, this is gonna make me vomit. Like, there's things I've watched. I will say there's been one movie I've ever watched in my life where I was eating, and it completely disgusted me to the
Jackass
point
3.
I couldn't.
Two girls, one cup.
No,
One guy, one jar.
no,
One
that
guy,
didn't
one
even.
jar. What the hell is that?
Oh, watch that one.
Oh,
He sits in a jar and it
speaking
breaks
of
in
villains,
his ass.
yeah.
Dude, I never watched Two Girls, One Cup. I won't. I refuse to watch that. Dude.
God.
What was yours?
No, I remember I was watching Requiem for a Dream, and I was eating a pizza, and then it got to a point where I was like, I can't. I'm
don't know what
good
that
on
one
this. This is
What was
really Requiem for a Dream.
I know I've seen it.
I've only
drug
seen
movie?
Requiem.
Requiem for a Dream.
Is that with Tom Cruise?
Requiem.
Requiem.
No. It's
Requiem?
it's got like Marlon Wayans
Requiem.
and
Requiem.
Jared Leto.
Requiem?
Jared Leto, wasn't
Requiem.
it, right?
Is it a W? Requiem?
Q.
Requiem?
Requiem.
Math
Rec-
and speed.
REQ.
Requiem for a
Requiem?
Dream. You've
Requiem.
never seen.
Why am I saying
I've,
what weird?
I've only seen the first 15 minutes, and the people that I was with were like, "We
Requiem?
can't watch this anymore."
You only
It's
need to
fucking
watch it
intense
once.
movie.
I watched it twice only because I had to watch it for a college class the second time. And yeah, it's a very great movie to watch to not ever want to do drugs, especially heroin.
I'm not gonna watch that
Yeah,
then.
so it's a very
Leave my options
dark
open.
film, and it made me really lose my appetite watching. It was the only film to ever
Wow.
do that.
I'm gonna have to watch it. Then.
So I've watched
How many
Hostel.
movies are you gonna watch tonight? Fucking
Not
Leon
tonight.
the Professional.
Yeah,
Not tonight. I have the rest of my life.
That's true. You do. You do have a long,
It's a good
long
3 or
life to
4
live.
years.
But I don't.
Shoot for the stars.
I'm gonna have to
Land
see what
on the
this
moon.
Terrifier is about. I just don't understand. Like, it's a splatter film. That's why. It's because of the splatter.
A lot of squirts.
Yeah,
Can't be dumber than fucking House of a Thousand Corpses.
that one I didn't like that. It's probably one of my least. I was gonna say it's probably one of my least favorite Rob Zombie films. But then I watched about 10 minutes of The Munsters.
Is
It
that the one on
is
Netflix?
so bad. It is.
Yeah, but that's a PG
It's-
kids movie.
It's not.
Rob Zombie did that?
But
Yeah.
it's so like the quality is bad. Like, it's not even. I understand it's a kids' family movie. That's what they're aiming for.
Usually those
That's
are pretty
fine.
good.
But the quality is terrible. The sound quality is awful. The camera work. There is so many Dutch angles in this thing. That's where the tilt. It's a
you.
'90s aesthetic where you do the tilt of the camera. And you look at things like cockeyed. And it
Said cock.
Cock.
there's so much of this camera twisting that you get like I'm confused. I don't even know what way is up anymore. The lighting is terrible. It
I'm
makes
at the
everything
wa-
look like a
That was a
shitty
cartoon.
sitcom.
No matter what, though, you started it, so that means that he gets paid.
It's true. He does get
I'm gonna
get
have to
paid
watch
on
it.
it. But it was just bad. It was just really bad.
Most of his movies are.
I like
Sorry.
I like the first Halloween that he
Yeah,
did.
but we don't need
Yeah.
any
What was
more
that
fucking
numbers
Halloween
one that he
movies.
made?
Huh?
It was like 1887 or 87
The
or
13 or something like that?
13. I haven't. I don't know if I've seen
I
that.
think there
one.
was a 3 in there, but I know what you're talking about.
1470.
There was Devil's Rejects. That was a big one.
Yeah.
There was.
That
Yeah,
was
wait.
like a sequel.
Yeah, well, didn't they have a sequel to that one too? Did I miss that one? Was that the maybe
that was
that's
a
the one?
sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, but then didn't they have a sequel to Devil's Rejects?
I believe you're right.
It wasn't like 31. Maybe that's the one you're talking about.
31.
Was it 31?
I
that
feel
the
was
one?
that the one where they're like in like a game show kind of thing, killing
Yeah,
each other?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, I seen it. It was not good.
No.
To me, I didn't like it.
Oh man.
I mean, it's subjective.
Maybe Rob Zombie's the one.
3 from Hell.
Three from
Yeah.
Hell. That's the. That's
That's
the.
that's the third of
And they're in a
House of a
game
Thousand
show?
Corpses. No, that's different.
Oh, I gotta. Yeah, that one I haven't seen. I gotta see that. But he did. There was a cartoon one he did called Super Beasto. That wasn't terrible.
Never seen that.
It's like an R-rated cartoon. I think it was. It has like a similar style to like Ren and Stimpy, but it wasn't bad. It was like a
watch
comedy. But listen, I think we have quite the extensive list of villains. I want to say out of here, I'm gonna review these real quick. I want you to tell me who you think the most evil out of this group is.
Lord Rutledge.
That is not even. That's,
Shooter.
Oh, there was 31 too.
Yeah, that's the weird game show kind of make it through thing.
In the building or
Yeah.
whatever it was. Yeah.
So this is the final list that I've. Correct me if I'm
There's a
missing
midget.
any. So for Bobby's got the Wolf, the Dentist Stanson, the Fratellis,
The dentist.
Lord Rutledge, Screech. Who was that?
You're gonna need you're gonna need a new chair. Over
Oh, you
there.
know why? Because that chair doesn't have like it's just
Fart resistance.
clear.
There's no bottom now.
Yeah, it's like a netted chair. So
What if the
it
mics
just,
picked that up?
So it just that's not
Well,
a chair to
I'm
fart
pretty
in.
sure
You don't
I heard
wanna-
it through my headphones. So.
Yeah. Well, it's because all these
And
other
now I
chairs,
can taste it.
You guys could fart in all these
Onions
chairs,
and ketchup.
and it's got like a solid cushion. That has no cushion in it.
Now
It's a
that
net.
now that North Face hoodie is kind of fucked up.
South face.
Laura Screech, which one was Titus Sinclair again?
Ready to rumble.
Oh,
Ready
yeah,
Rumble.
that's right. Principal from the Breakfast Club and Ed Rooney
That's like a slash.
/ Ed Rooney.
Yeah,
Kind
those
of
two are kind of
Was
more
there-
interchangeable.
Did I miss any from you? Is that all of them here?
I really was gonna say Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You know what?
a
Zuckerberg.
fucking villain.
He is kind of a
We
villain.
took over the fucking government thing and turned it into Facebook.
Yeah,
That is true.
The metaverse and
That's
failing.
Let's see. Sam W.O.'s got fucking Shooter McGavin, Mr. Joshua, Norman Springfield, Stanford. What is this? Steinfield. Norman
You don't know who the
Steinfield.
fuck he is.
Did I miss any? Was it just those
Steinfeld?
three? Did you? I thought you had another one. Did I miss any?
The Nazi hunter.
Oh, I
What,
thought you said he
Hitler?
was a.
Josh.
But he's just doing his job at the end.
Oh yeah, what was his name? Hans
Hans something.
Gruber?
Gruber.
We'll just say Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
White Goodman.
I want to say no.
Dwight Goodman's a good one.
Fucking
White.
White, whatever.
Dwight Goodman.
Oh, that's from
It's
fucking
not
Die
Dwight,
Hard.
It's White.
White.
I thought it was
White?
Dwight.
White.
White.
Goodman.
Good.
Requiem.
Or Hal from Happy Gilmore,
Shallow.
the dude that runs the nursing home.
Oh yeah, he was also in that other Adam Sandler movie recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Huber Halloween.
Yep.
That was good.
QB.
Huber.
QB.
Huber.
QB.
Huber.
QB.
Huber.
So we have Y2 Drew's got Ernie McCracken, Rachel Phelps, Biff Tannen, Darth Vader, Scar, Dr. Lovelace, and then the shark from Jaws.
Doesn't even have a name.
Jaws from Jaws. The shark from Jaws.
Yes. And then JBL, Vince McMahon, John Wayne Gacy, Ralph Cifaretto from The Sopranos,
Ralph
also
Macchio.
Rick Barnes / Jack Parnell from Domestic Disturbance, a fantastic film played by Vince Vaughn,
6'8".
Ramsey from the Game of Thrones,
Gordon.
Rose from Titanic, that piece of shit, and Dr. Robotnik, and also a runner-up, John Hammond, and the mayor from Jaws as well. That's
Agreed.
where we currently are standing. I think this is probably the best villain list.
Of all time.
Dude, imagine. So the multiverse is like a big thing now. Everyone wants the multiverse. I do it on the weekends myself, and
I've jerked off in 3 multiverses at one time.
yeah, if these villains got together in a multiverse,
I'd like to hear that story.
My semen swam
Oh boy, he said.
in unison.
maybe this is an idea for a cliffhanger. Who would be
Sylvester
the team to take down
The Avengers.
this gang of villains in a multiverse?
Oh, so we need heroes.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
The kid from the Santa Claus movie.
My weenie
I
whistle.
mean, I don't.
Icebox.
I don't know.
Icebox.
Who's Icebox? Which one's Icebox?
Oh, Little
From
Giants.
Little Giants.
Oh,
Fumblebrewski.
I don't know. There's some good ones. We have some good. We could get a whole. I'm thinking we can get a whole multiverse going, but
You could do it in just Sylvester Stallone characters.
you could. There's enough.
Lincoln Hawk.
And
Yeah.
Will Smith.
Yeah, Lincoln Hawk,
Gabe Walker.
Gabe Walker,
John Spartan.
John Spartan,
Snaps Provolone.
I've
Yep.
seen that movie. It's actually pretty good.
Man in Crowd 3.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, that was a powerful role
God
of
damn it.
Stallone's.
Guy in Taxi. Wasn't he like a guy
Yeah.
in Taxi?
Yeah, Carter from Get Carter.
Liam Neeson.
Yep, he played Liam Neeson.
In the Liam Neeson biopic.
Yeah, in Taken Part 6.
Dude, I just saw Jonah Hill's going to be playing.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Saw that.
Who's he
Who?
playing? I can't think
Oh,
of
John Daly.
it. Yeah.
John with the
He's
golfer?
too skinny.
Yeah.
Is he going to gain weight again?
Jonah Hill?
Yeah.
He's already gained weight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
In the
he-
picture I
Welcome
saw.
back.
Yeah, I saw that today.
I like that he just keeps it fresh. He keeps it. And he goes through his skinny phase and does like a shitty movie and kind of like gets all weird and crazy and emotional. I seen because he dyed his hair blonde. It was got really
Yeah,
weird.
for John Daly.
And now he's gaining weight, and he's going to get back to work. That's good. Get back to work, fatty. That's what
John
they
Daly
say.
still got it.
That's how these, Seth Rogen calls him up and says, "Why don't you just get fat again? Do a movie."
Fuck Seth Rogen.
You don't like Seth Rogen?
Team
He
Franco.
turned his back on Franco, man.
Team Franco.
He did.
Yeah.
You know what? James Franco is the hero we all need. Whatever has he been doing anything since he was post cancellation?
I don't think so.
Has he not
got
been able to?
I think
do
he's
anything?
just waiting to be uncanceled. Actually, well, he does a lot of his own shit anyway. So,
Yeah.
like, even if you cancel him, he's going to make his own shit.
Yeah, I guess you're
With
right.
his real friends,
Yeah, like Dave.
Danny
Franco.
McBride.
That's true.
Dave Franco's been in a lot of shit.
What's he been doing?
Is there some big movie that just came out? That one with Jamie Foxx where he's a vampire hunter.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Day Shift.
Yeah. I call it the Dave shift for Dave Franco.
Tequila Dave.
Tequila Dave, yes. Tequila Dave. No.
Shout out to Tequila Dave.
Shout outs. Yes, I just seen him the other day.
Have you seen Fat Dave lately?
I've not seen Fat Dave.
I haven't seen Fat Dave in a long time.
Yeah. Fat Dave is out there. He's looming around being a big old creep. But
Dude, so we were at the bar. This was years ago. Shocker. And
Bobby's got a drinking problem.
we're like, hey, I do not have a drinking problem. We're like, Fat Dave. And he's like, do I know you? We're like, no. And he's like, how the fuck do you know I'm Fat Dave? I'm like, dude, everyone knows fucking Fat Dave. And he's like, he's like, I lost a lot of weight. Can I be not so Fat Dave? We're like, no. Or he asked us to be Skinny Dave.
yeah.
And we're like, no, you can be not so Fat Dave.
Yeah, at
But you're always
best.
going to be Fat Dave.
I remember
At
this
best.
story
Yeah, we used to see Fat Dave on a weekly basis.
because you were always at the bar.
But it was different bars that we'd see him at. Just like fucking
That makes it
headphones
better.
guy.
Who the fuck's this headphones guy?
Dude, he goes around.
guy from
Wearing
Google?
headphones.
No, not the internship.
Mike Pancake.
But no, this old guy that wears headphones around bars in our area,
Why would you do
and
that?
we would see him like every bar we went to. Like it would be, it's not like we'd go to the same bar all the time. We'd see him everywhere we fucking went. And one time he was up at Wise Guys on the patio when they first got the patio, and he had a bag of stuffed animals for some reason, and he yacked all over the table, and then he just grabbed his stuffed animals and left. But it was a clear bag of stuffed animals, and why would you have stuffed animals at midnight at a
Wise Guys 2?
no Wise Guys 1
Unless
original?
Rest in peace.
I found this out. There is a subculture of people who like to play
Furries?
the claw game.
Oh, yeah.
He may be a claw fanatic, and those were all his prizes. Maybe
All
he
in
just
one
gets-
night?
Why you
there was
take him
a-
to
Yeah.
the bar?
There's so
Leave him in the car.
there's enough. If you put enough money in the machine, eventually you're guaranteed to win as long as you aim correctly. So I've watched TikTok videos where they go through and they will literally clear out. They have a method to clear out the entire claw machine of all the prizes.
Maybe that's our next episode.
Yeah.
Dude, let's go.
Claw machine.
Dave and Buster's.
Well, honestly, it could be, but you know what our next episode will be?
The 64th episode of 64-Bit Legends.
There's going to be a big announcement that may happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna announce it.
Pants are optional, baby.
Yep, we're going to make announcements. We're going to do an episode.
We're going to do an episode.
We're going to do some stuff.
What's the big announcement?
I don't even know if
go
I
ahead.
know the big announcement. Do I know the big announcement?
No?
All right. And I'm a co-host of this show.
I don't even
need
know
some
it
big
either.
happen
I'm waiting to
announcement.
hear it. It may be revealed.
Tonight?
No, but in time.
All right. Well, until next time, what you gonna do, brother? When the 64-Bit Legends, Sam W.O.'s nose and Y2 Drew hit a home run out of the park, dude.